Come on in here, everybody. Hmm. Hmm. Come on in here, everybody. Come on in here. Let's make sure we got the sound set up nice and sweet. Make sure the audio's clear. Think all that sounds pretty good. Chat room, let's get in the comments section. Where y'all at? On the door. The door is open. Comments and questions and there we go. Well, this was a day. You're right about that. Let me make sure. Let me make sure your boy Rummage is able to link up. We got to get him in here good to go before we get started. I'm gonna give him a chance to get in the door. You know, the show usually starts about 3 or 4 minutes late. Hollywood Brown is the worst in the NFL. Steve, look, is everybody just getting driven crazy watching the football? Me too. Might transfer to Louisville. Really. Well, Louisville did put a nice performance on the television on the way out the door. I was okay with that. Let me make sure there's no sound in the background. We have a news started breaking today. Bowl game. We're gonna have that conversation. I'm glad you did that. Like I said, we're definitely gonna talk about the transfer situation and what it means for the team and multiple positions. Hold on. Let me make be there in 1 second. Okay. So I'm gonna give Steve a second to get here. He's setting up, so I don't want to jump into the full thing, but get these questions in. Hollywood Brown. Let me see. Bowl game is definitely a question that will be answered or will be addressed. The Prince Coley situation. Puma pass, yeah, I knew that. Russ Yeast. The quarterback situation? It could get interesting in a second. I got a feeling we're gonna have a nice little off season. Add to the stream. Okay, we'll be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Rummage, what's going on?
A lot, man. A lot's going on.
So what time did the news start breaking this afternoon?
Man.
I mean, what? About 12:30 Wisconsin announcement comes out?
Yeah, that's about right. We started getting the Wisconsin news first.
Lay that news out for everybody who's just now getting to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we're on here tonight, because Steve, you've been just
thank you, David. Thank you for being here at 10 o'clock to support the channel. This is the reason we do it. Welcome. We're going back to Atlanta.
No, I wasn't making love. A wife is coming home tonight after her shift. I was getting the baby sleep. So I was reaping the benefits of love making.
Cool guy Don's in here. Satterfield.
Yeah, no, it's been a wild day, man. A lot to get to. I mean, so much to get to that we can't just wait until tomorrow. I mean, this is definitely a stream night for sure. I mean, I know you've been knocking them out.
So Wisconsin news comes out after I spent the day talking about go ahead and shut it down till we play Kentucky. But as soon as I saw that Wisconsin, game on, Steve.
Listen, they could have went and got any game. They went and picked up and rescheduled their toughest game. Their toughest out of conference game.
No coaches are doing that right now, Steve.
Right. So that made me think, Coach Mack, he thinks I got a team who's good enough. You take me up to Indianapolis. You lock me in a bubble. 6 games, 64 teams. I think my team can win. Now, I'm not sure the Wisconsin game is going to equal a dub, right?
Right.
But it's needed. You know, it's needed to play a tough team undermanned. You know, hey, give me Wisconsin with everybody back. I'll take Wisconsin. They may have a little bit too much, but we'll see. We haven't heard anything on Menlin, so I'm going to assume he's not playing. I'm going to assume Sam is playing, right? So I'm just going to roll with in my mind until I hear different, which I assume we'll probably hear from Coach Mack now. Probably tomorrow or Thursday, or tomorrow or Wednesday, right?
Look, let me ask you this. Is there, can you turn down your volume a little bit on the feedback part? Just if you can, so it doesn't echo quite as much. Let me tell you this. Coach Mack also has the new weapon of, I'm not afraid to put the young fellas in there. So Sam, you know what I'm saying? Listen, Sam, you start screwing around. I can get some good minutes. Charles Bentley's breathing down the neck. Listen, whatever you do, if you're Sam and David and DeAndre's in here doing this thing, like I can get some minutes out of a deeper bench than we originally thought. So I feel like he has a new weapon of discipline now. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And yeah, Will, Max said, Sam would play. That's why I'm thinking, that's why I said, look, we're going to assume Sam's playing. Right? Yeah, I mean, that's true, man. I mean, look, I think you'll see Mac. Now, don't get me wrong. I think he wants to win. But I wouldn't be surprised. He's going to throw everybody in there, and he's going to see how they react in a place, like the Cole Center, which is a different I know that it's one of those deals where it's there's no fans and stuff like that, but it's still a different building. There still is fans there to an extent, I think. I'm really wrong on that on Wisconsin. I don't know what the rules are there.
Listen, the energy level when you're at home is wilder than when you're on the road. I don't care if it's an empty gym or not. You're more pumped up in your own home gym.
Well, and this is the first game that they will have played away from home, right? So, let's see what you got,
Yeah, let's see if y'all can take that rookie. Let's see if you can take that rookie freshman stuff on the road.
ESPN2.
You said what?
ESPN2. Top 25 game. They haven't played nothing like this yet.
What is Wisconsin right now?
12.
I can have that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to see him in the top 10 spot. Catch my first top 10 body of the season.
I think it's 12. I could be wrong.
They didn't move this week at all?
I don't think so. Sorry, I was watching. I was catching Lamar up there, man.
Of course you were. It's tough to do a live with the Ravens playing. Everybody know that.
He's just working Baker, man.
Okay, okay. Is that it for the Wisconsin? I think we covered the Wisconsin excitement. I don't know what I'm gonna do until Saturday, but Texas says Carleek is an extension of back on the court. Yeah, better for next year. I like that energy. I definitely like that energy. Definitely better game to the bottom SEC versus bottom of the Pac-10. Are we multitasking for sure?
Don't overlook Mark. You're right, Mark. You're right. Louisville goes out there and beats Wisconsin. Cal's gonna be like, hey, so somebody catching COVID.
No, I can't believe you just said it. Look, that's something you can't say on the air, Steve. You just got to take that to the YouTube channel.
We're not on the air. Yeah, we're on YouTube.
Right. So this is family environment only.
I mean, I ain't making light of it. I mean, it's not, but I mean, it's somebody catching the flu. I mean, whatever.
It's more of Cal tactics than anything.
Yeah. I see you, Mike G.
If Satterfield, hold on. Actually, let me lighten up. Y'all got some good text. Let me lighten them up over here. Easier. Satterfield sound. Gavin Winston to commit now that T Webb is transferring. That's the midnight of Marcus, baby. Right there. Yeah, for sure. It's for sure family up here at Callison and team. Every house.
Y'all get to have a good time, boys.
Everybody's thinking it. True enough. I was thinking the same exact thing, Steve. They show all the oh man, Ceylon Brown will be a huge commit for 2022. Golly, of course that would. That's a long way away. So, speaking of commit, speaking of transfer, Steve, first big one, the first big conversation, T-Webb.
Yeah.
Okay. T-Webb, 10 being extremely disappointed, 1 being sort of disappointed or not a big deal. Where do you rank T-Webb and his transferring announcement?
Disappointing. You say 1.
Yeah, 1 is minimal.
I'll say a 6 because he had the tools, I think, where he could have grown into a good quarterback. I don't think he was right now.
So he moved more into the 3-year development department instead of the raw talent that you on the field.
Here's the only problem, and this is why people tune into these, because this is stuff I won't say tomorrow, but I'll say tonight. We've talked to multiple player parents,
right,
that don't talk to each other, that have separately said the same thing. And tonight alone, we both talked to 2 parents that I know don't talk, and both of them said he wasn't any good. Like he just wasn't any good.
Yeah, wasn't going to be ready for a while. Like,
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. But what they were saying was, as far as a freak out, don't freak out. But the reason I do a 6, I strategically set a 6 because it's more than a 5. I wanted to go a little over 50%.
Is it more of the look?
No, it's just, well, and Bill, you recruit him because he has the tools. He's a big dude. He can play in high school, but he wasn't catching on to the college game yet. He was not going to be ready for another year or 2, probably.
Right.
So you recruit him because something we're not used to doing here at Louisville right now, and it's fair. You do in the SEC a lot, places like that. Again, I'm talking higher level SEC. You bring the kid in, they don't play with their juniors. I mean, that's a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't play. You don't see a lot of freshmen. You know, it's happened a little more recently. Like even with Alabama, they played a couple freshmen over the last couple years. But yeah, so I just think it's one of those things where I say a 6 because you just I don't know. I mean, I need quarterbacks, right?
Listen, and again, when you're talking about 6'3", 190, you gotta be exceptional, or you gotta take 3 years to be able to, to link up your talent with your real skill level in Power 5 football. So it takes time unless you got a guy with a mentality. Y'all remember when I started talking about some of the guys he was recruiting, like that Georgia area just had a mentality of play now kind of dog. It's like that's the separate that makes the difference. It's the attitude when you get on campus, like, you know what I'm saying, like how committed, and those are things you can't read sometimes.
Yeah.
So like if he comes in, you see the arm talent, you see the arm talent. You get them on campus. Some guys get in campus like a DeAndre Davis. Some guys get on campus and they got an attitude of an adult. They got a work ethic. They study film like an adult. You know what I'm saying? They speed up. They speed up fast. They speed up to the college game fast. If a guy can have all the talent in the world, but if he doesn't catch up, you know what I'm saying, to the speed of the out routes and the speed of the reading and the decision making. There's 1,000 talented quarterbacks sitting benches all over the country.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I just think with him, man, it was just one of those things where, he wants to play and you got to go, you got to go if you want to play. Like I said, it does leave us right now with Malik and Evan, which I'm perfectly happy. Oh, we're on the stream, right? So I'm perfectly happy if I don't see either one of them ever take a snap for Louisville again. So, but I do think he's going to add quarterbacks. Obviously, the Mississippi State, Garrett Schrader is the name that we keep hearing a lot, that everybody, I'm not saying we're hearing, everybody's hearing, on Twitter and stuff.
Right.
So it sounds like Louisville's in pretty good shape to land him over the next week. So if you add him, then you're up to Malik, Garrett Schrader, and
here's the thing, Steve. Listen, this is the reason I don't freak out about the situation right now. Listen, if you say the college quarterback has proven the reason you transfer the most in college at the quarterback position is you get a quarterback in there 1 year that can play, it'll turn your team around, right?
Sure.
College quarterback is like the point guard grad transfer. You know what I'm saying? You get him in. If he knows how to play, he knows how to play. What did we learn this year, people? What did we learn the last 2 years? What's going on, William? You know what we learned? That offense is not complicated as an offense. Now, there might be technique and pass pro that guys got to pick up, that they're not skilled at. But the offense itself is not difficult to learn at all. So you can get a quarterback. You can get a quarterback in your, to get in your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I end up the game caught my attention too. You end up getting a quarterback in the game, and if he can go, it turn your team around instantly. It literally turn your whole team around.
No, absolutely, man. I mean, so, if you get
Steve, stop reading Twitter.
well, I'm actually reading. I actually got an interesting text I was reading. I think you'll add 2 more quarterbacks, and at some point,
at least.
Yeah, and then I think that you need a room of 4. But I will say this, man. I think that if you because I agree with you, you have weapons there. They're going to sign a good class tomorrow We'll get into that in a few minutes. But I think that they're also going to hit the grad market and the transfer market extremely hard. And I think they're going to land like 4, maybe 5 of those guys.
And I hate sounding like it's so much shade, Steve, but when you show the video of how many wide open guys Malik Cunningham missed, when you talk to a guy you recruited back in the day, or you talk to a possible grad transfer, all you do is show the highlights of all the missed, wide open plays that you got out of Malik. Show him again. Show him how much time he had. Show how much pocket he had to step up in early on. Just show those things and say, listen, with these mistakes, he still had this level of efficiency and that many. You know what I'm saying? So, I just think the film for Louisville does not lie, and it's going to be good enough. It's going to be good enough to be able to get a top grad transfer. That like opportunity to play immediately.
I agree. And that's why I do think that he'll get, I think he'll get the Schrader kid from Mississippi State. Well, Schrader's got 3 years eligibility left, I believe. And then I do think he'll try to get something else. He'll try to get, and probably a grad guy or some kind of transfer. I still say go break the rules and tamper with Des Ritter.
just say, listen, that's one of those things where enough back channels, like you'll be fine. Like we might just run into each other at Dunkin' Donuts or something. Like, who knows?
Yeah. I'm like, hey, look, I'm ready to tamper. But I do. No, he's not going to Blacksburg. He's not going to Blacksburg. They're keeping their coach. They just announced that. Well,
and William, to answer your question, do you think T. Webb, you think he would worry about if Coach Satterfield is going to be here or not? He would not transfer worrying about Coach Sat leaving. No, Russ Yeast. Why would he He doesn't worry about Coach Mack leaving. That wouldn't be a reason for him to transfer. Puma pass. The names, okay, if there was a young up-and-comer transferring, that's the guy where your antennas go up, right?
Yeah.
We don't have young up-and-comer guy getting in the transfer.
Jalen Mitchell jumps in the transfer portal. I'll be a little nervous.
Right. We got some guy going to join Bobby Petrino. Anthony Johnson, I think.
Yeah. Tobias Little.
Okay, yeah, Tobias Little. Anthony Johnson just entered the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But yeah, you when you look at the names of the guys, it's a regular off-season transfer portal, especially with no penalty.
Mike said, "I'm going to die if Yeast goes to UK." I'm not. I'm going to say throw it deep.
Did you see the way Yeast gave up that first touchdown? I think that was the one man that said, look, you got to change. I personally said, I got to move you closer to the line.
Hey, D Gray 75. I'm telling you, I'm down there a lot. Hey, they are done with Jeremy Pruitt, man. Done with Jeremy Pruitt. They're like, get that fool out of here, man. So yeah, I feel you there. I do think that Dorian Etheridge will go ahead and go pro.
Yeah.
I'm expecting him to go pro. Rajay did. I'm saying I think Dorian Etheridge is going to do the same. I would expect him back. One that I'm really going to be waiting on, though, is Marlon Character. Because I think Marlon put his name on some NFL boards.
Yeah.
Where a year back with him, I think could be good for him. I think he would come in next year with some hype.
Yeah.
He might go ahead and jump though. I mean, you got to think. I mean, this is a dude. I mean, Marlon character. I mean, hear me out on this. Marlon character, big time recruit coming out of high school, went to Auburn, got out of Auburn, ended up in junior college. Now back at Louisville. He may be done. He may be like, hey man, I'm gonna go take my shot now. But I think if I could have any of them back, he would. I think he would be the one. I think Marlon would be my guy if I could really, really pick. But I do think Etheridge is going to be a name you're going to hear in the next couple of days to kind of go ahead and announce that he's out the door going pro. So good for him. I mean, you know, Rajay going. I mean, this is what me and Maybin warned you all about, though. Everybody heard that senior rule, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're getting the whole team back." I'm like, no, a lot of these guys aren't going to come back. Basketball, I think you're going to run into the same thing, you know, where a lot. Look, my cousin texts me every game. Oh my God, next year we're going to be amazing. I'm like, Carlene's not going to be here next year, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. And then there's going to be, and then there's another thing too. Let me see. You got. The kids that can go, the kids that are going pro. Oh, that okay. That's what I found where I was at. I think Satterfield's cleaning house a little bit too. I think some of these kids are being encouraged to transfer.
Yeah, and don't y'all think that there needs to be some house cleaning? Like after 2 years, you would start to find who are the guys. It take you 2 years to figure out some of the moles and some of the, the kind of the locker room cancers and stuff like that. Like, I get that part too.
Mm-hmm.
Or, which guys aren't going to put in the work to really get to where they need to get.
So I think some of these transfers, I think, are mutual. And yeah, I'm kind of referring to Rush East.
Yeah, right.
This is totally my opinion. But I think that might have been a mutual. The fit just ain't there with us, man. Like, like you need to go somewhere where you can play. Puma, yeah.
Puma definitely.
It was definitely it's probably time for you to move on, because what we don't need is, and I'm not accusing any of these guys of doing this because I don't know, but I definitely don't think, you don't want to keep them around. And then it's like you've got a new wave of guys coming in, and kind of keep that old guard chatter,
Right. These are respected older guys too. And if your respected older guys are miserable, it's real corrupting.
Yeah, and that's something that I do, and not even that they're bad guys, but just that. You see these new guys on Twitter?
No, listen, we talked about it. If an older guy is not happy, it's going to permeate. It's like not that he's doing it on purpose. Like, he's miserable. He's, you can see miserable OG. And then the younger guys are like, geez, I hope I don't turn into that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're worried. Like, that would turn into a worry.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So I think there's that. Scuba Steve, I think there's that. You're making room for some other guys that you want to bring in, whether that be flips, whether that whether it be that, or whether it be like I said, grad guys that I think you're going to bring in. I totally agree.
Steve, just address it, Steve. Just address it. Go ahead and talk about Prince.
Oh yeah, obviously, it's floating out there now. Prince Coley's a name. Obviously, we remember from the recruiting period. He was down to Tennessee, LSU. What was it? Notre Dame, Louisville.
Steve, we were wondering how in the world were we in on Prince Coley when we saw him. You remember we were talking about him and we saw his list and we were like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Fast forward. Woo!
Listen,
He brings the wood too, y'all.
we're talking a 4-star, top 100, number 2 ranked player in Tennessee, committed to Notre Dame, the number 5 outside linebacker in America. His defensive coordinator just took the job in Vandy. Word on the street is
he ain't going to Vandy.
Word on the street is Prince Coley may have made a call to the University of Louisville and said, "So,
Yeah, you look. Well, how y'all looking at the outside linebacker spot down there?
still, y'all still got a spot." So, yeah, if that is the case, which could be, now Notre Dame knows this too. And Notre Dame is going to do everything they can. And if Notre Dame, so I'm not saying there's not a chance that Notre Dame doesn't come to him and say, "Hey, man, here's the name. We're hiring a defensive coordinator." And it's somebody that he's like, "Okay, look, I'm in,"
Right.
Yeah, you just don't know. But, yeah, man, that would be huge. Beef said on the class calculator, move our spot or up 8 spots. I mean, that would pretty much guarantee a top 25 class, assuming everyone else makes it to the finish line. So, which at this point, I think U of L is expecting to keep most of their guys. I mean, Ben Perry is said he's going to sign.
Little William.
Well, yeah, Brown has said he's going to sign. I mean, so yeah, you're getting a lot of them. Look, see, while y'all are watching Lamar right now, do you know what keeps getting my attention?
I'm listening.
Randy Orton just threw the Fiend in a box and is pouring gasoline on that box right now. And he's
gonna burn him alive.
He's about to set that box on fire. So there's a lot happening on my TV right now. That's
the only way you can stop the Fiend.
I know. So he has a lighter. Okay. The lighter is okay. The box is on fire. He's burning the box.
Yeah, that's not about right. Look, here's the thing. This is what I really love about the Prince Coley situation, and this is me going back to recruiting, psychology, and kind of like trust. Okay, Steve, at Louisville, this is one thing that we hate, but we are used to.
Yeah.
The one pill we can swallow is if we get you to the finish line and you choose Notre Dame.
Yes.
We can handle that 150%. We can handle that.
Absolutely.
And especially when we know it's one of those, I like Louisville better, but it's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I really got into, like I said, when you saw his edits, when you saw his top, top schools, you had Louisville in that mix. So think about this. If you're the first, if you're on the first quote unquote call list, when somebody chooses another school and it don't work out, give that recruiting staff their props, because that means it was nothing you did that cost you that recruit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if a recruit, if it don't work out and you're the first call they make, that means you did something in the recruiting part. Like, they didn't just go and just start watching your school or something like that. No, they said, no, okay, this is not going to work out. This is where I should have went anyway.
No, he loves U of L. I mean, that was something that was very clear with him, man. I mean, he loves U of L. he has been he was very excited. So I'm flipping back over to the football game now. Everybody keeps talking about it. So I mean, he is a big fan of the coaching staff, and he's talked about that. He's talked about the coaching staff and what they did. I mean, when they were when he was being recruited. So now, you know, like you just said, that's the school you call. You don't call LSU. You don't call them. You're like, hey, U of L is a spot. Somebody asked earlier what the percentage is. I think it's about 65. That at this point that he ends up at Louisville tomorrow. And if that guy flips and everybody else stays on board, that's going to be a big time win for Satterfield tomorrow. Like big time win for Satterfield tomorrow.
Wait, it's tomorrow, not Wednesday?
Or Wednesday. That's
Okay.
wrong.
Yeah, look, I heard Drew say tomorrow a couple times, and I'm just like, is it Wednesday or Tuesday?
I think it's tomorrow. I think it's Wednesday. My God, did they just score again?
Pick six. or you know, he probably was down at the one.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, like I said, if I'm the first call after you know something doesn't go right, and it's like, okay, look, and it's one of those things like, and we're saying call in quotations, like no, there's no communication like that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He's allowed to call though, right?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. So never mind. Yeah. Look, never mind. If there is a call, if I'm the first call, not only am I flattered, I'm also thinking, Steve, I'm also thinking you're going to be one of the better guys in my locker room because you were relieved that I had a spot for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You call, pick up the phone. Hey, do y'all got a spot for me still there?
Yeah,
you know?
Of course, nobody's going to tell him. Yeah, the answer was yes.
Listen, do y'all have a spot for me? Yeah, our linebacker room is kind of.
Do y'all got a spot? Hang on, Prince, 1 second. Hey, look at that board. Yeah, what's that last name? And somebody call them and tell them we're going to gray shirt them. Yeah.
Steve, you don't even no, because the problem, you know what the problem is with what you just did, Steve? The problem is you didn't do that in the proper chronological order, Steve.
Okay.
Let me start that over for you. Y'all got a spot for me? Yes. Okay, thanks. Hey, who's that spot on the floor?
Yeah. I'm telling you, go.
You don't leave that recruit on hold.
Yeah. That's fair. That signing day is going to be a big day, though, man. Yeah, signing day is going to be a big day, and if they can hold this together, like I said, then you're going to add Schrader to the mix, most likely. Maybe another, and then I think, like I said, over the coming month or two,
you gotta get it.
Grad names are going to start coming out. So,
Steve, I need a pure quarterback that can sling the football.
Well, I agree.
I see a lot of them around the country, man. I need one.
Listen, I'm with you. I do think that they need to go all in on the. Sorry, Donovan had a nasty dunk tonight. Really nasty. Yeah. I do think they need to go all in on the Gavin Wimsatt kid from Owensboro. He's a heck of a player. He's a guy from Owensboro. Owensboro tends to be Louisville country, you know. So, yeah, there are little pockets. So yeah, I think there's that, and then you know, of course, you're going to have the Duffy kid that Louisville's looking at. I like him. I mean, so
dude, surely Matt can go pick pick a stud off of one of these SEC. I'll back up off these SEC squads.
Well, Mac could.
I said Mac. Sorry.
Yeah, Mac. Hey, now listen, Mac goes. I wasn't even being a jerk there. It was just funny. Yeah. Now Mac says, "Hey, give me that guy." But yeah, I think that he's a guy who's going to be really good. Like I said, the Duffy kid is somebody. But I will say, man, I agree with Beef. It's odd that we don't have a quarterback, man.
I know.
I just feel like we were so used to having a quarterback, and it's like, man, and here we are. And I mean, Malik's been the guy for a couple of years now, or for 2 seasons, but it just always like, ugh. I mean, you could roll Malik for 2 more years, I guess, but I just can't I can't keep doing the turnovers, man. The turnovers are just
it's the missed open man for me, man.
Yeah, and the throw, right, and I agree with that, man.
I can't have an offense without a third and 4 quick, easy slant.
Well, because here's the problem: we're gonna all buy tickets, and we're all gonna go down to, because with the vaccines and all that stuff. I mean, by August, I assume we'll be able to all go to games again. So I think we're all going to buy tickets to Atlanta, and Lane's going to throw the football. He's going to move the football up and down the field, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if they can do that, we should be able to do that.
We have some open players.
Yeah, so it's like, man, I mean, it's just because I mean, I do think you're going to have a packed house in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, man. And it's going to be Ole Miss versus Louisville. It's going to look. It's like I said earlier. It's the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. I mean, it's going to be Lane Kiffin, Satterfield. It's going to have all the makings. It's probably going to be ESPN. Yeah, I mean, unless Lane goes to Auburn, right? I mean, now that's possible. But yeah, but man, I mean, it's gonna, concrete feet.
Is that what we need? We need a concrete feet quarterback just to sit and sling it.
No, somebody said concrete feet East.
Golly, man, I thought Russ Yeast was going to perform, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to perform. And Brown really liked him, man. Brown never gave up on Russ either, man.
Yeah.
You remember how Brown said he was one of the first calls he made, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Bill Gates said it won't be normal until 2022. Well, there it is then.
Glad Bill Gates.
That's what somebody who stands to make more money off this would say. We're not going to get into that on here.
I'm glad I get my medical vaccine stuff from Bill Gates.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I mean, I do think that you're going to have a ton of fans. If not, I mean, if not full, it's going to be dang near full by next August. So, but yeah, I just. I don't know, man. I mean, it's going to be one where, because man, you come out, you beat Ole Miss game 1, boy. Like I said, we're back. So
no. Wet blanket time, Steve. Wet paper bag time. You beat Ole Miss. It's your last year with Tat. You hear me?
Probably.
It is.
That's probably true.
Yeah, you are finished with Sat. Because what's going to happen is, Sat's going to have a regular year. Lane's going to end up having an awesome year after we bust them in that opening game. And they're going to be like, if this dude beat Lane with Louisville, we need to go get him right now.
I'll take it.
Right?
I'll take it.
Bill, I don't think Russ had good ball skills, man. I just don't think he had good ball skills.
I mean, he come in as a receiver. People forget that, I mean.
So he went receiver, corner, safety.
Yeah.
So maybe he should stay the receiver. Golly.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be. I mean, I understand it's got to be hard to just adjust in the natural spatial recognition, but man,
Yeah, but still, I don't know. I was reading some of these. Next year, be a resume builder. But see, that's where I say though, man, things can change. And he's got a good young squad, and he lands a good young. Because listen, this is a harsh reality right here for all of us. The statement I'm about to make, nobody get angry with me. Charlie didn't stay at Louisville from Tennessee because he loved us. Charlie stayed at Louisville with Tennessee come calling because of Teddy Bridgewater and the top 10 team he had coming back.
Right.
That's why Charlie Strong was like, I got a top 10 squad. I can parlay this into Tennessee money here at Louisville with less restriction, or I can parlay this into Texas, which hindsight's 2020. Hindsight, the Texas thing was stupid. Tennessee would have treated you better. I agree. I think Charlie would still be the head coach at Tennessee had he took the Tennessee job.
Oh, yeah, because he was going to win there.
Yeah, I absolutely think that he would have done well at Tennessee. But
I don't know, man. They can get touchy at Tennessee too, man.
I think he would have won there though, because I think that's his recruiting base. I think he would have, he would have done well.
I don't know, man. First down, year and a half there too, man. Oh my God, they running him.
Yeah, but look at the team. He would have had Butch Jones teams. Think Charlie could have done more than Butch Jones did?
I will not take Butch Jones slander.
You should be slandering him the most.
He did my baby well. Did I miss discussing the bowl game? Bowl game's off the table. That's the word around the campfire. There is little to no focus on the bowl game.
Yeah, they're not going to go to a bowl game.
Just with the timing of everything and the health of everybody. The bowl game is not going to be a factor.
Yeah. That's funny, Beef. I saw that. There was probably another reason he stayed, but we'll leave that alone. But actually, I think that might have been maybe he'd have been better off leaving. So anyways, but yeah. But yeah, I just think that I don't know, man. I mean, he's got a good young core. He's going to get a good.
You're okay staying away from the bowl game, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, but here's the thing. What I was saying earlier is I think that you get a good recruiting class. Say you do flip a guy like Prince Coley, right? Now you've got some guys coming in. You get some transfers you like. It might not be a resume year. I mean, I know a lot of us kind of have that in the back of our heads, like, yeah, dude, have a good year and then you're gone, whatever, and then we'll move on. But
and again, I don't. Right. Yeah, I understand what people are saying, but I just know everything's so fluid. When you, like I said, when you win and you get momentum and things are so fluid, man, you can start to like a place, man. That is possible. Go ahead.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, though. I mean, I think a lot of us right now are kind of having the back of our head, like, well, if he has a good year, he's going to leave. But I think with a good young core, I think he might say, even if he wants to leave eventually, he might say, man, I like this young team. And that's kind of my Charlie Strong point. let me parlay this squad into a 3-year run here, 4-year run, and then turn it into the Alabama job, And I just use Alabama, but I mean, as opposed to South Carolina or North Carolina or, Virginia Tech or whatever.
And listen, let's just say, let's say you get North Carolina on your schedule next year, right? Let's say you're up 21-7 at halftime, right? You get the ball second half, you're up 21-7 in North Carolina, right?
Right.
And you line up and do what you did in this Wake Forest game, and you run the ball down their throat 13 times and punch it in the end zone. Now it's 28-7, right?
Right.
It's like, when that happens, Steve, you might look around and just like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not moving back to North Carolina, coach. I just wiped the floor with my Louisville squad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Especially you do that. You do that in the rain or something. Just like I said, I just personally think that the we're not happy location thing. Like I said, I understand. I mean, like I said, I get the rumors about, the family's not happy and stuff like that. But I also dude, you're making a lot of money. And if you mess around and flip a recruiting class here and get it rolling, how you could just say, yeah, we're gonna have to start enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, and the family will learn to love the place too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, kids will get older, stuff. Once you're somewhere for a longer period of time, you'll start to.
You know what happens. You know what happens too, Steve, and everybody can admit it. You go somewhere else, and all you talk about is home, and then you go back home that second time, and you're like, man, this ain't all that. I'm ready to get back. Yeah. I'm ready to get back where I was.
I find myself doing it at times.
So I mean, yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm ready to head back to Tennessee, man. Like, no, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. So yeah, I could see him starting to just settle in a little bit. But you got to think, you hit the ground running. It takes you a year to unpack your bags, man. Like people can move into a new house and not have their house halfway decent for a year.
Well, and you think about it, he jumped right in and it was just, everything was great. And then boom, 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 you're winning games. And then out of nowhere, all of a sudden now you're struggling a little bit. Now you're having to, and I get it. I get it, it could be a tough, a tough go around, where you're like, okay, now it's now we're dealing with all this other stuff in the world, and look, me and my wife can't even go grab a bite to eat right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff, now we're door dashing, to get. And the reason I know they did that is because I know someone who delivered to them. So delivered to them one time. So I was like, now you're like, oh, a lot. That's a lot, So,
but that's why Rick always went hard, because he was like, listen, the football stuff is a big requirement. When I'm not playing football, I'm gonna be opulent. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go have a good time. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna do some luxurious things.
Right.
So yeah, look, don't start
luxurious things.
You said what?
I said, speaking of luxurious things, let me look. See, are they back open?
I'm listening.
Let me see if the wife wants to hit that up tomorrow. I could look. Hey, man, I could do a Ruby roll, man.
Your Ruby rolls on deck?
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. I could do a Ruby roll. Let me see here. It's good. Y'all watching this live.
Are they back at 50% too?
They're back. I'm sending this to the wife, man. Look, hey, bro, you may have to make some plans. I was like,
Rick loved the track too much. I know. Look, I agree, Lowry. C. Lowry, that's a whole meal, right? The Ruby Roll.
Yeah, dude, but it's amazing, man. Gosh, it's so good. Yeah, man. But gosh, just a lot to do. A lot to.
Okay, so
UK's apparently hiring their offensive coordinator tomorrow.
What are you expecting?
I saw somebody retweeted Matt Jones or something that said it was supposed to be the dude from the Rams or some other guy that they're all pissy about. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be nothing. I mean, this is the third time we've done that with Stoops. Like, and every time I've got to hear, wow, this guy throws it around. The City Grant guy, he threw it around everywhere in Cincinnati.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Run the ball.
I know. Yeah. So then Mark Stoops, right? Then Mark Stoops is like, yeah, I run it.
Wildcat formation, run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to load up the free. Oh.
What's happening on the 20th? What am I missing there?
Oh, a changeover.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Might have to buy ammunition.
Is everybody loaded up?
Man, down in Tennessee, boy, it was something. They were rolling. I don't know.
Who was Cole? I don't know. Who was Coley's main recruiter? Do you know that?
I don't, but I'm gonna assume it was Court, just because I think everybody's Court.
All your studs are Court.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, tomorrow will be a fun one, though, man. I'm looking forward to kind of getting back in there. Now we have a game to talk about. I mean, getting the basketball back, you know. I mean, that's huge for. I mean, it's huge for I think the team, and especially, I mean, out of nowhere, like boom, we got Wisconsin Saturday. Like, let's go, you know.
Think about. I had already written them off, man. I literally had written them off for not playing anybody until you reminded me of the Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I would assume Nickelberry's going to be back too. I mean, I don't know if he'll play, but I assume he's back going full practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If Coach Mack talks tomorrow, I'm sure he'll have to answer that question.
Bill, same. That's funny. Let's see. I'm going to Court going to Indy. I mean, be a good spot. I mean, you want to advance in your career. I mean, why wouldn't you?
And you wouldn't be mad at him.
Oh.
Yep, Sam's back for sure. Steve's impersonation of the UK fans are the best. I think there'll be an attempt, William. There'll be an attempt.
An attempt with what is it?
Hit that string.
Oh,
yeah. We did talk about that off air in the building.
Speaking of that situation, really quick. What in the? Did you see? I was watching ESPN earlier. ESPN's like showing footage of this kid falling on his face. I was like, why would y'all do that? Like, because on the game, apparently, I wasn't watching live, but I guess they cut away and they didn't show it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, during the game,
like, how foul ball is it for them to go back, get the film? It was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
No, I didn't.
I'm like, why would y'all show that? Like,
yeah.
Why?
Think about it. As traumatic as that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? But listen, that's when you go back to talking about, fear porn and stuff, man. Just that's
Marcus. I'm talking walking one step, just you know what I'm saying, and face first. I was like, this is ridiculous, dude. I was like, I literally was like, I might call ESPN and be like,
but here's the thing. Somebody said we need to show this. I don't know where the call comes from, but the call says you need to get that video and you need to put it on TV. That comes from somewhere very, very high. And I mean very, very high. Not program director high, like way above because the program directors had already decided not to show it. So what is that? What like? No, they didn't get that 2-point conversion like that, Steve.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like even with Hank Gathers, like everybody knows not to show that stuff. Now, why? Like, how did that make it past? You know, the good taste as the little commission, SEC or whatever.
Oh, and just terrible, man. Just terrible. That was so uncalled for, man. And so yeah, I would be highly, highly upset if I was that kid's parent or somebody. Yeah.
Like you don't show that stuff.
No.
You knew not to show Dak Prescott. Like you know. That stuff is out of bounds, man.
So Lamar's in the back with cramps.
Uh-oh.
Hollywood Brown sucks. I mean,
he thinks he's cold too.
Crap.
And look, he's one of those I need 32 touches.
Good Lord. I mean, he is terrible.
Did Lamar what if something happened to Lamar's hand when he was back there jogging and would have ran into that door?
Man.
Yeah, I would get so tired of Hollywood Brown running his mouth too. Like, dude, you're not allowed to talk anymore.
Yeah.
You are literally not allowed to talk.
Woo. Man, look, my Twitter timeline. Hollywood Brown sucks. Cut him now. Hollywood Brown has no confidence. Hollywood Brown is garbage. It just keeps. I mean, I can keep going on and on.
No, look at this timeline. Look, can we stop calling Hollywood yet? Hollywood doesn't like to get hit. His fingers hurt up to Hollywood Brown could not catch COVID. Hollywood Brown, wait, Hollywood fumbled.
Somebody earlier called him Dollywood Brown. I was like, dude, don't put that on Dollywood, man. That place is beautiful.
He said Lamar just had to go use the bathroom. It's just like, yeah, I'll come back and win the game.
Look how swaggy Mayfield gets when Lamar's out. Now Baker Mayfield is trash talk guy. Now Baker Mayfield is run from the police guy. You know, like I mean, he's like, oh, I'm bad. Like oh. It's like, dude,
drop that pass. Gosh darn it. That's going to cost him.
Dude, it should cost him his job.
Oh, Hollywood?
Yeah. Probably going to cost him the game.
But here, you know what the great thing about that is? I'm glad it was a perfect football from somebody else. Because you know how they find a way to just put that on Lamar? Like, he's so this or that, it's like, no, dude, we had somebody else come in the game, throw a perfect out route to move the chains, and you couldn't even, you didn't have a chance of catching that.
I just saw that video. Man, they would have had that person executed if they would have if that door would have hit Lamar.
Right.
Like,
Look,
yeah. Hey, Janice, we need to see you in the back.
listen, to no fault of your own, but you just got to go. Lake Travis High School, rich kid, the playoffs. Yeah, Lamar, just get ready. Just get your team ready and healthy. All right, so what we're gonna talk about tomorrow, Steve?
Tomorrow, man. Tomorrow, we got some more on this basketball game. We're going to get into that. We're going to get a little more into the football recruiting, and you never know what we're going to know tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot to get into, man. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, man, things. A lot can happen between 11:06 now and 10 a.m. in the morning. So that's why I've learned. We used to kind of shy away from these because we were like, man, you don't want to give away all that.
But take
it easy, man.
Things change fast nowadays.
Yeah, it's like he's squeezing his butt like he's nuclear launch codes up in there. That's hilarious. But man, these days, 11 o'clock to 10 a.m., they'll probably be something totally different by then. So, but man, I am probably the most excited. I mean, I don't know. That's tough. I was gonna say about the Wisconsin game, but man, I'm kind of looking forward to this recruiting class too. So
wait, you mean finish line to the recruiting class, or
man, let's see if we can get a flip or two here.
Are you that comfortable with the basketball team that you could be talking about recruiting? Football recruiting?
Man, Wisconsin, God, if they win that one, that Monday show may be the best we've ever had.
Steve, they're gonna start cutting and dictating what I can do in the morning or at 10 o'clock.
Man, you imagine we beat Wisconsin, Kentucky drops to 1-5.
Cleveland is gonna win, right?
I mean, Lamar ain't coming back there.
I mean, even with him coming back, I feel like I'm watching them finally hit their stride. Like, you know how it is, you get a break or two, then all of a sudden everything starts clicking.
I mean, they're running the football.
Yeah, they're gonna be a problem. Yeah, they're officially hitting their stride. Baker's gonna win the championship this year.
I hope so.
Yeah, you go ahead and get ready for that. Say anything to get the Pittsburgh out of it.
Hey, I'll root for anybody over Pittsburgh.
You said what?
I'll root for anybody over Pittsburgh.
Steve, we got a lot of Pittsburgh fans in here. Be nice.
Sorry.
Browns not beating the Chiefs. Somebody gonna get the Chiefs number. Tutu Atwell. Tyreek really is gonna get Tutu Atwell drafted high too.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Tyreek Hill is gonna get Tutu Atwell drafted really high.
Now that Tutu's not on the team, I don't think Tutu's gonna be that good in the pros.
He's gonna be a system guy.
I think he's closer to Hollywood Brown.
Jesus, Steve, the body is still warm.
I know. He's smaller than Hollywood Brown.
Listen, wait until the body is cold.
And Tutu drops a lot of balls.
I think he gets missed more than he dropped. Last year, I think you're holding last year to him. He just started playing wide receiver.
I know. And now you're going to go against the best players in the world.
But here's the thing. Your boy Rosenhaus is going to have him in the best receiver training ground on the planet.
That might be true. Look, I mean, hey, I hope I'm wrong, but I think I don't think we're going to hear from him again after he gets in the league, man. I won't be surprised if he falls in the draft, like big time.
Really?
I still think what's he do? He's not a good route runner.
He's extremely fast.
Everybody out here's got a tutu.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
I still think Tutu's different from the other speeds. He might be a blazer. But I really do. They're running that football. I really do think that I'll tell you what, Steve, if we see him do a combine thing and we see him get it, like, I don't know what his plans are as far as combine stuff, but if we see him run some routes, and it starts looking different, then I'll hold up my end on that one. But if he's just looking like if he runs some combine stuff and looks crazy, then I'll sign off on what you said.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll just be surprised if he's any good in the league.
Because just in this he's gonna have to work out with somebody who has him really running the route. You know, and they're gonna tell him right away, dude, your speed is not gonna get you drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your change of direction, your stop and go is what's gonna get you drafted where you want to go. So you start him now. I don't know when the combine is, but he's gonna be working with the best people.
Do you know what somebody said to me the other day?
I'm listening.
Somebody said to me, they said, I mean, he's a small guy like CD Lamb, right? I was like, okay. I said, CD Lamb is small, isn't he? They were like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. So CD Lamb's 6'2". CD Lamb's 6. Listen, did you know that?
I mean, I can gauge he's about. I would say 6'1". If you know, let me see him.
Right, he probably is. You know that. CD Lamb, man. Look, hang on. Let me see his weight. Tutu's $160 right now. Because here's the thing, I got it. Like, so I gave that to him. I'm like, yeah, CD Lamb does look small. I feel you on that, right? CD Lamb is 6'2", 200 and hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry. My screen, like right as I pull everything up, it just
just went.
CD Lamb is 6'2", 205. You see how little CD Lamb looks out there?
See, but that goes back to I still think Tutu should have put on some weight last offseason, man.
I know. Tutu is 5'6", 160. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not just hating on Tutu. I'm just like, dude, it ain't gonna happen for him, bro. Do you know what Tyreek Hill is? Tyreek Hill, 5'10", 185 pounds. Tutu's 5'6", 160. Tyreek Hill is 4 inches taller and 25 pounds heavier. And faster. and better with the football in his hand. Like I'm like, dude, like, and can catch. Like, it's not even like people keep, you know what I'm saying? People keep comparing him to Tyreek Hill, and I'm like, stop that. You're gonna kill his draft stock. Compare him to Hollywood Brown. Like, try that one, because Hollywood Brown, I do think, is a better comparison. Because in college, Hollywood Brown, he made most of his highlight plays straight line speed.
How much is the name Hollywood Brown helped him out?
Oh, big time. Just like Tutu Atwell might help him out. I mean, honestly, but it was long posts down the field, man. It was stuff like that. That's how Hollywood Brown made a name. He wasn't a great route runner. He wasn't a great, a great, hands guy in traffic.
He has to be able to get a safety to turn his shoulders, though. What's Deshaun Jackson's size?
Boy, they're just tagging. I ain't gonna say it. I don't feel like doing it.
Hollywood Brown 5'9", 180. Okay. What was Deshaun Jackson? Speed impresses, NFL always has. I agree with that. Who's the number one wide receiver next year, Steve?
I think it's going to be Braden or Watkins. I think you're going to be a smaller guy.
What about my guy, Steve? What about my guy from Mississippi? Yeah, kept on dropping the football, but look one of the best route runners. Not Walker. What's his name? Steve. 20, not 20. Who am I thinking of? Wide receiver?
From where?
I think Mississippi.
I don't know.
Hold on. I gotta know now. The football roster 2020. Okay, I'm going to find exactly who I'm talking about. You are going to know. Okay. No, I'm going to find him. Justin Marshall out of Conyers, Georgia, redshirt junior, Justin Marshall. Did he just get the drops or something, man? You hear me, Steve?
Do what?
Justin Marshall.
He disappointed me this year.
I know. He fell right off. I don't know what he did. He just dropped, man. He started the year, but he was dropping that football, man.
Yeah, he disappointed me.
I thought he was I thought he was ready. He probably got the best routes on the team, too. Golly.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Bengals record? They're 9-3. Man, I didn't realize they were 9-3 either. I mean,
who was it? The Browns. Yeah.
I heard the stat the other day, but guess it didn't just kind of like register all the way. All right, Steve, get to it.
Yeah, I'm getting out of here, fellas. I'm going to go and finish watching this game, and hopefully the Ravens can get this drive together and kick a field goal, win the game, and all that good stuff. So I'll probably be up for a little late tonight. So if anything good happens, I'm going to try to wait on the wife. She gets off at 2, and then she's driving home from Tennessee. So
you're going to try to hold up as much as you can?
Yeah, just try to be up a little bit. So
I might do a midnight episode. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll talk to you later on.
Later.